This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
Hey, running.
Jenna.
Hey, Thiago Silva, all over the place, huh?
Yeah.
All over the place. Messages are about the internet say Chelsea, a giant brand here, to say, or mature, Nanko Beboa, a chiho, na also and our experience. Club no any munyam ni ading na nipa say e wo team a unya bebrebe di ntina Chelsea e be jai obi de Thiago Silva ma wakọ at the end of the season kwan bia so so bomoden na o ma brand na trawo e binum views no minimal there and the other stories
Okay.
yeah.
You know, in January na Chelsea mpanimfo ne Thiago Silva tenase na mo ka chere se omo pese osan ato aso bio e de ma boboko no Thiago Silva mo ya we se enya de so bitimi ato abobo adwuma ne so bio e de ama boboko e friend Chelsea nti opese season ni ba wi a okono koto ne dwumadi so wa nye emphatic as to team obeko but most of the Brazilians no se woni mo until Saudi fu yi bay Koni and this is a student of the Fluminense Academy e ho na Marcelo free until also oko na oko wi esum ni nyina ho and order to Chelsea for empenning for him say season no enya de se beto aso bi until it is not an issue of Paul Westerly, Mauricio Pochettino or Todd Bowley and I decided say omoma openi intimi and to us. So I know a personal decision and we decided say Bema baby no I'm meaning after playing the Champions League final with Paris Saint-Germain when Timiani against Bayern Munich in Portugal or by Chelsea no what Timia beji the Champions League or by beji the Super Cup or by beji the FIFA Club World Cup FA Cup ni EFL Cup no Wabobi Breba unfortunately when Timia Nibi and he think that also on so makwan emma emrantie na omoba no so general omo so etibi room and then young on say general no you rush the young players into the mainstream and the big teams into ya na mpanimfo no content because of the intensity, the aggression and the pacing nature about game recently no ya na mpanimfo no content but so who decided that's also do need to no watch teams na mpanimfo na ewu na clearly who say they are still performing though like Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo are not playing in a top flight league we are there but individually they are performing. Pepe at age 40 is still good enough to bench every center back in the Portuguese national team. Etimili FC Porto to play in the Champions League quarter round of 16. Genoa, Kevin De Bruyne amaye ko mo asem no bi anya akra. I don't know what I was talking about Verratti say Verratti anyine. Genoa, Kevin De Bruyne is around 32. Virgil van Dijk mu nyina enya de so omo yankra. And in football, Sergio Ramos now 35 years of move from Real Madrid to PSG. Obia who game with Timikobo and even with Sevilla. So we had the Sevilla debut a bar so this weekend Real Betis against Sevilla. I had a born of clear from the lines that who's a still level of maturity to be in there. And again, Obia or share Isco, you know, in the Spanish La Liga, Isco has 17 man of the match award this season. Obia nyeri. You can't Vini, you can't Rodrigo, you can't Jude Bellingham. But none of these players has 17 man of the match awards. But Isco Timianya for Real Betis. It's unya old guys and experienced guys ni be o team ni ma. Jerry aya na ye. Thiago Silva obi enu ni obi o hard ne. Very disciplined. The quality of play there untimi and dispute to the other be ma o park no so na yere na ya na hard ne. Ultimate to be mani coach and any other colleagues no. And in one of the Chelsea games, omolusu ye na osu. Or the state of Chelsea and the production line, quality, any results at Chelsea previously. Then Chelsea bomb match no lose and who players and so almost now who say players no name the level and the standard of Bobo friend Air Chelsea. But you know, at the end of Thiago Silva beside the amateur Chelsea view, I think say also pave way for the young guys and they say Chelsea was centre backs be injuries na how within the lines. But they will need a leader. They will need a warrior. Until no one may catch you say, Omunko Tottenham must pay and cover Cristiano Romero. No mun fan match let only the profile of Thiago Silva. So I follow Thiago Silva. You know the profile not to change. And the coach be Obebiano or style or debo. In Italy, he was aggressive and he was very robust. Oba PSG earlier no sa na obo. But Thomas Tuchel mo e change you know from that Italian style of play to a proper ball playing center back. And no one was had be PM or Chelsea. Inti ball abe to defenders and hope no. The composure was excellent. Discipline and acting as a leader at the back. Inti then said you know Chelsea be because in every center back at least you need one leader. I'll bet you naturally why penny Ediama a young player on an epay, Amani metimi akuyi. A ned so when 2 center backs or Mumfin Boboso. So check Gabriel and then William Saliba. Share Rafael Varane and then Lisandro Martinez. Share Abrantia your friend Christian Romero American. Nache Van der Ven or Mo Ecofano Ebaye. You are talking about Ben and Fabian Shea. Ubetimi a check baby Sejo. Diego Carlos Pau Torres, Clement Lenglet Pau Torres, Clement Lenglet Ezrikonza. A bribia here penny bako, no one ya crab bako, then he met me a quay. But as a Chelsea the other day, a yakwakoye and cra announce players or more mature baby in the game centrally. And I think it's next season Chelsea need to go in for a mature centre back or best share to our as a leader diama. Thiago Silva be paying the dues and general Obio what follow Chelsea in recent times. Statistics is naturally say within the Premier League, Virgil van Dijk and Kwan in terms of tackles, in terms of duels, and BBA. Apart from that, Obia intimate in channel. And Europe, he is second as well. What paying the dues and you know Chelsea fans no more follow Chelsea recently, no. Ebe Giatum Thiago Silva Bayern what paying the dues to the Blues and to the Chelsea setup.
Chelsea here no.
You know, depending on the plans. Maybe your coach, na se me nyo obi dia me hia no. But se me nyo obi dia nka me hia.
Obia.
Se me wo ska metimi dia kofa a different center back. Mema nako.
Okay.
Na because hyehyɛ nti wo be hia obi obe take over for the next 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Hwɛ the length of John Terry Koye. You need that player. Hwɛ the length of John Terry Koye. John Terry here me don kofa David Luiz buy. Errors na cha say bana Garika he ba beka ho. Nti tama Rudiger mo e ba beka ho no. It was Rudiger, Gary Cahill, David Luiz. And I know omo so the buyer the baby see esoro. Hwɛ nti Ivanovic buy no am rebebrebe because na Carvalho Terry e wo ho. Nti wo di rem kakra na wonya obi a as a center back obeche within you the line. Nti wo tipa check team bia you know team bia benya ba ko a wache. Barcelona will give you a role. Real Madrid will give you Militao. Baby ya bi ho. Baby ya obenya ba ko a. Man you are able meeting na say Maguire da so ho. Until you need one leader. Obe build the central defense around obe ma long-term performance, consistency base, or acting as a leader and organizer at the back. It is a Chelsea was scared to go into the market and buy one there. Why not?
Okay.
Thiago
at 39 years.
Yeah.
Or 40 years.
Yes.
Or just still at Chelsea. Yeah, no. Role Ben over play. Chelsea almost shambolic performance this season. And I will mean AC. Then at Chelsea here and Bium so my team no. Or the organization, the maturity, the experience, the image of the Bavaria Chelsea and whatnot. You know, account at Chelsea has suffered this season.
Yeah.
NARO was all train.
Of course, Andy wasn't so emphatic, but I think that a bread to say Thiago Silva will move on from Chelsea. The Premier League is so robust and so physical. In September, Thiago Silva will be 40 years. And yet easy to play at 40 in the Premier League, especially at a centre back, where pace near there very important. Menoya Jane said he was there in Chelsea going through all this, and I think that around this time it declined created me very sharp. And for me, an issue of Bema behavior and Osha this season injuries crash so because around 39 to 40 there, where injuries no ever set in. He's done well. Utien his pitch now. Also about Chelsea no now him so about 1 year. Nigerian Yeno Kraso over Chelsea over 1 year. But now he's done some 4 years at Chelsea because he came at the age of 36 and he felt that he was going to do 1 year and then or make it some 4 years. You know, 151 games for Chelsea, and I think that Thiago Silva paying the due at the Blues, and especially winning the Champions League, the Super Cup, and the Club World Cup. How many players and these titles. So I think it's been a productive year. Unfortunately, yeah, no, the we no, and Nema and Shadankoyi. No pena miniandika. We saw a write-up or say in modern day Chelsea, he will enter into Chelsea's best 11, and I said emphatic no, no way, no way. He's a central defender. Fan Abramovich era, cra. Let's assume the modern day Abramovich era, cra now. Straight up, it is John Terry and Ricardo Carvalho. John Terry and Ricardo Carvalho are ahead. We are no free honum crana. Gary Cahill a far ahead. A Thiago Silva. I'm on phone team. I'm not saying say wine in Nimbo, but Obama Chelsea. Thiago Silva absolutely is a better footballer than Gary Cahill. Probably better than Ricardo Carvalho. But a K Juma we had the match Chelsea Bobo Kuna. I think that he came at the twilight of his career around 36. And the Gary Cahill, even David Luiz, on one countryman, for me, are ahead of Thiago Silva when it comes to their contribution to Chelsea. Okay. I'll even place Rudiger ahead of him. So he doesn't come anywhere near a starting best 11 for Chelsea, but he's paid his dues. Time for him to move on. Chelsea to me twas on far. 40-year-old man in the Premier League being the last person. Heavy in Kwadana.
Oh, I completely agree with Nyese Franco Ekano. Because had the Premiership pace and power na hiana. Would you be a when you decide the season as a job how? So they need Obia Beshen and them.
I think young matches ne. Na amount for messages and so about the phone. McCarthy, so convinced. They say, Bayern, Madrid into me no more. Only option be say.
There is no routine be any Madrid will be a honor.
On the crowd is very nice.
Or Bayern.
Nancy or Jaco Man City.
No.
Said you.
Madrid, I know you against.
Met Zeranko. Men are men in a war and American as him there. I'm still at Command City.
On what being a no Kakra meaning?
I haven't been this confident going into a Champions League game with an European rival as Madrid. It's going to be epic, but like any Asante Kotoko Hatofuk duel. Those who know the history of us and Madrid know our ties and predicted on current form. Our end here with an emphatic, correct scoreline of 4-2 in favor of my darling Bayern Munich. We are who we are. Nipa the message we about Nasa Okase Oni Bayern viewer as I say. An emphatic, correct scoreline of 4-2 in favor of my darling Bayern Munich. Jade Okanopacho. Yeah.
Big game at the Allianz Arena. Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. You know how compare the two teams are? 14 UEFA Champions League, 6 UEFA Champions League for Bayern Munich. Into of the two, almost 20 titles so far as the Champions League in your concern. So here the two coaches almost now. We be more 4 titles, we be more 1 title. Of the two, almost 5 titles. A share of the level and the state of this particular game. So far Bayern Munich at home in the Champions League this season. The only team benya draw FC Copenhagen kwa. Omo ne bebo draw. Omo ntimi Bayern ntimi anto atena amfenti omo. But for Manchester United, for Galatasaray, you know at the group stage obi and survival. SS Lazio by at the run of 16. And fan mom conceded 3 goals. Arsenal by the quarter final stage. Arsenal ye the baby almost Arsenal by a goal to 0. Until we game almost shared it was a game against Manchester United almost shared by 4 goals to 3. Until check the home games now. Now check the number of goals. A team a friend Bayern Munich we are talking of 10 goals no but team share home. So far Real Madrid Bobo Konin so I said they still remain undefeated in the Champions League. Team Saka no omuni team obian team share omo in the Champions League. Until we show omo so omo ba Germany twice this season. They were in the group of Braga, no more group of Union Berlin and no more Napoli You know. Sa game we nyina team e friend Real Madrid in away games omo winning nyina. Omo sa by ebe ball against Leipzig. Esa be share Leipzig by a goal to nil. Into Union Berlin and Leipzig 2 games no ba born Germany afi. Sergio ni nyina team e friend Real Madrid team e win. And any of that away games e bia omo shego. E bia Real Madrid de to atna. The only game omo find it difficult to mention more than one in away game was the game against Leipzig. And even against Manchester City, the defending champions, the overwhelming favorite, omo timi she go the team omo de Etihad. Into a trail, the Real Madrid team and Bayern Munich in away and home games, how both teams they performing. So Bayern, and I build the Abase, omo team na omo de ball against Arsenal and omo de Rome. And for me, that team will be a more weakened team as compared with their usual team. So omo de say team ne bar, Nature Mazra will be on the left. Rafael Guerrero will be on the left wing. So what's your Bayern? You know, so omo players no nyina available. Ombebo Joshua Quebec, Ombebo Afonso David. Central defense omo problem because Opemecano e practice at home into this season on consistent. We should be say Kim Min-jae. The hopes are omo de kofa no free Napoli buy no on teaming. Matthias Delete on and off, but on fit. Into the game when likely so be future. Into central defense no be kwa Eric Dyer, formerly of Tottenham Hotspur, and Kim Min-jae as 2 centre backs. In midfield, almost 3 options. Other say coach the ball Leon Goretzka, constant figure in midfield. Now about Kevin Lemar or bebo any other midfielder, other Pavlovic, Eddie Akane because Joshua Kimmich already know occupy the right a fullback. Into of the 3 will be used to as pivot, you know, bebo as certain midfielders in front of the centre back. Central defense now acquire them. Until also net 2 players on be protected at the back line. Oh, we are all 3 players are Mubejina Hurricane until Leroy sending from the right, Gemma Muzela as a number 10, and then whether Rafael Guerrero or so the Thomas Muller Beba or General Obetim the Surgeon Abri in Swaba because Kingsley Coman is not likely to start. Now the Hurricane edging up top in a 4-2-3-1. Saying Obetim as setting up. Real Madrid, Danny Carvajal and Timmy Courtois Kobe, but I still think Andrew Linin will be imposed. Lucas Vasquez, Ojinaho Abekas will be anyhow, highly underrated, but he get the job done. On the back right, because Militao still are on your fit. Into Minyasho Sekala Ancelotti be gamble or Militao from the right. To Lucas Vasquez Beko, Fela Mendy on the left, Chomene Beba Bepe Rudiger. The last game Nacho played. Ebeye Mwangwase coach never bench Nacho de Chomeni abo. Because Nacho one player, Real Madrid for na nyini. But anytime be on be friend be oba be ye adwumani. Rudiger is the constant figure at the back. Chomeni be find a position, no. Toni Kroos and then Fede Valverde for energy, for transition, and then Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo Vinicius Jr. in a diamond 4-4-2 shape or 4-3-1-2. And a coach a friend Carlo Ancelotti at the Beba. So the social Bayern team now almost team almost goals. Goals the almost be pa. Into Hurricane Beba on 7 goals in the Champions League. Let us send Bema 1. Now Muzela mo 2. Into almost 3 attackers not rely so much in the Champions League. No, almost 10 goals in the Champions League this season. But the main man up front a Hurricane. And you stop the transitional play from Abrantia, I fed the German Muzela because you know I got a trick in whom. Well, man, you and Bayern game, no, no, change BBI in midfield. That the Omar Casemiro hope popa in Tiene. Kamavinga where Jumaya, you know, he's the player to play him out. Rudiger and Hurricane time, the Omayebo England. And Tina Finn will be Babe Kabiache, Rudiger said, and also stop Hurricane. And Fela Mendy defensively, or a very, very good. Into a be dealing with Lorraine. For me, these are the weapons of a team. Your friend Bayern Munich a team. How do you stop these 3 players? Second, Silicoma and I said in Rebecca on the Baba front 4, and you find it very, very difficult to stop. So far by and so on. A Juma Ben also Omoye and San Omotimia as survival in this particular game. The 3 players, how do you stop them? Jude Bebo, Utieta Master or Jude Timibo 6, or Timibo 8, or Timibo 10. On the field of play, he has been given their new role. And no one watch a Carlo Ancelotti be a diamond shape, no, or the Jude Bellingham type of player, Frank Lampard, Ricardo Kaká, or by last 2 seasons, no, Fede Valverde, and now it is Jude Bellingham. Or midfielder also won 10 goals a season. So it is the turn of Jude. Jude ne Bayern Munich abo onim how a omo besi abo and obi a how Jude and German Bozella will perform. Again we are the two wonder guys up front. Vini and Rodrigo. The quarter-final stage was Rodrigo. Vini made 3 assists out of the 2 games against Manchester City. And for me, he was wasteful. But in big games, it is Rodrigo for the goal scoring. And Vini, whether he moved to the right. And then him, Sekalo Bessa did not quite lead line. Rodrigo moved from the left there. And Safonso Devin so bad. You know, then it's just a fair need to move to that side just to make sure he stop the lines. It's a 2 teams, sir. Said you anytime be on Beshebiano who goes. Okay. The last 3 visits Real Madrid the room Germany against Bayern Munich no winning now. The last 3 visits are Real Madrid the room winning now. Thomas Tuchel also a good record against Real Madrid. Or following Bia. Or very, very good record against Real Madrid. I also able to at the room. But you know, of the 2 teams are there back on a short. No be a go. Bayern Real Madrid games Edin so be 0-0 Edin so be 1-0 etaye 2-1 3-2 4-3 sane bia amwo Real Madrid be make sure so omo benya a score line e betimi am propel omo for the return encounter at the Santiago Bernabeu and Bayern so enemy say so omo pese omo qualifier ahodin ni nyina ye ne and also omo etimi e di ewuram just to make sure omo benya a respectable score line e be push omo for the return encounter at the Santiago Bernabeu. Edru game level say as do obi an won ho. Semi-final stage. O performance ka club ni de o kwa finals. Enti there na also here. Who give you best. And say general say invested for no team. First of all, you expect more than 1 goal in this game. Secondly, both team to score and I'll beat me and general. For me, the word for Real Madrid I think so beat me and draw. Bayern at home per the performance and the goals so much I'll give them the favorite tag, but Real Madrid was the quality material for me to make amends.
It's no secret that I'm a huge Pep Guardiola fan. Fans followed Mourinho to every club he moved to during his rivalry era with Pep, whilst remaining as fans of the original club. So it's neither here nor there that I've moved to City, only because I support the greatest coach ever, Pep Guardiola. I only support Pep Guardiola, so he's misinterpreted that into meaning I support City. See the way he's hyping the mediocre Madrid players. Look at Vasquez. Makati Nedi Wahano. All right. Franco.
Yes, General.
Yeah.
I think that
business guys need you.
Business guys.
Yes.
I'm just saying, no my area.
It will be all. Okay.
Yeah, you see, General, many and the agree say it's a semi-final game and the 2 teams will give their all. For me, this one looks like a Champions League final more than the other fixture. And it is happening at a time, I'll be to make say 2 teams in our form. No? Madrid are caught 18 games in all competitions without a single loss in their last 18 games. As it turns out, they are in super form. In fact, over the weekend, no drop his senior players with Breakrano. They were able to account for Real Sociedad, Keresi Adagula, Go Koshe Edemamu. Bayern Munich an inconsistent season, but at least Utie Joshua Kimmich, I will say we are entering into this game with a good form. Omari no last 4 matches. So Omonsu Nyamumo back and they think they are going with a full vim. Besides that, domestically, I'm going to share the assignment be brave because already Bundesliga na ya desa Bayer Leverkusen ache into Bayern Munich on Bundesliga ni bi. Over Real Madrid and so they are leading Barcelona by some 11 points in Tomonsono basically done. In Tomonsoso ni so mo dwen La Liga no bia. So the 2 teams are coming into the game full vim. Madrid was slight advantage because they have an experienced manager in Carlo Ancelotti, wa coach Bayern Munich pen. Into onono onim Bayern Munich, enim alliance wo yi pa. It gives him slight advantage. But then Thomas Tuchel, even though he's just 50 years, he has also gathered a lot of experience from the wire or PSG, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, and all that. So we have 2 great managers sitting at the bench. Will be a Champions League winner. we is an yama we free why yes by Munich for so say omugidi is a alliance no omo fans no be create additional motivation, especially what they did against Arsenal. They think they can replicate it, and Enyamama said the fans will be there, they will be singing and chanting. But my candid opinion is that at that level, Yana fans in the didn't shed and contributory. Obie no through crowd no honum inti park na so pa no ene beye asem na nkasa na Bayern was some few injury concerns but then monitor omo training na kamia kwese opamecano all the guys are back into full training the coach know the chance to select. Of course Kingsley Coman is still out. I'm not too sure how those how Rudiger ever handle Hurricane Obakaya ekwan fast so chi Ellen Haaland edeni she ni butum ema ewie dressing room now no one for bonyo ne sano. Can he do same to Hurricane? No. Hurricane image na home fa ho ne ho mouse ha. Se also be mark Hurricane and a center back no be do be na wo midfield because Hurricane will drop deep or several unpredictable movement. He's a more difficult customer to handle as compared to Abranti friend Ellen Haaland. So it's not going to be easy for Rudiger. General, it's a difficult game. If you ask me, I think that the qualification now will be decided in the second leg. But I think some 2-1 in favor of Bayern Munich.
2-1 Bayern.
Yeah.
Chaloba, Disasi, Badiashio. This one and Fada Chelsea Kaba. Afu Edway Ifri Alaba Afu Humble.
Yeah.
Good morning. The return of Courtois and Alaba alone is giving Thomas Tuchel serious headache. Real Madrid will massacre struggling Bayern Munich tonight at Allianz Arena. The best club in the world will win with over 2.5 goals. Hala Madrid. We never say die. That is back. And anyway, how to focus on in Madrid now. Okay.
You know, my last week,
our episode.
Sergio, quick one.
Oh, they pay years and got the club of free.
Sergio, quick one. One thing is in the last decade, Real Madrid in Sa Ada Bayern Munich. So game we kai the last 2 decades kai you go
Bayern the Omono boys in Barcelona. Omude umunya basa omudo o chame bo na Madrid so be hwe ya mamo
so Zana did not go as a very good. Said your game the last 2 decades kai will surely go for Bayern Munich. Then time na Elba mo ewo Michael Ballack Lucio mo ewo Jens Jeremies mo any Effenberg no but said you in the last decade Madrid insa ada Bayern so but said you yenhwe ade we who said 2 German sides in the semi-finals. Finals no bus were Wembley. The last time Wembley hosted the Champions League final, it was between Bayern Munich and Dortmund. And when Bayern Munich were eliminating Madrid, Sergio Muko eliminated Omo. When they were eliminating them in 2012, no Sergio Muko eliminated Omo. It was Santiago Bernabeu. When they went all the way to the finals in 2012, against Chelsea, no Muko lose. And when Dortmund in 2013, so any Dortmund so eliminated Real Madrid in 2013. I remember it that year. So Sergio, the last time final was staged at Wembley. It was Dortmund and then Bayern Munich. ABS Sergio, I can see this thing possibly happening.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Into young comrade now me also picking up. Now me can say be a Man U. There's some players in for sale.
Only the last year.
With the exception of 3.
Only the last year na maybe. Telegram for.
Don't call me Dasso.
Yeah.
Crane.
Telegram for the story.
Okay.
Na ukanku wankrata e bano ehintasem omu pia Telegram for no nyemu free. They are very, very, very investigative. I place them ahead of a Daily Mail, The Sun, when it comes to investigation in sports. In terms of stories, I don't play with it. We Alejandro Garnacho, Kobe Menu, na we Abrantia, your friend. I think the third person was
Hoyland.
Rasmus Hoyland. We Omumiansa, Ubiawa Kebiano, Sir Jim Radcliffe, and then Crawford ready. So, Ombeti, with the Boba Neya. On beton na wako
Including almighty Rashford.
Including Rashford, including Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, that's it, Rashford, the true baby. No, oh, yeah, then what about him? That's what I'm
Rashford.
Bruno Diano name one was a Jew.
Rashford.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, a performance
Rashford name
wise.
go you
And it's a general case almighty Rashford. I agree with him perfectly. He's about the most valuable player at Man United.
Yes.
One, he's an academy boy, a proper Manchester boy. And last season, he gave you 30 goals. He's the highest paid player, £300,000 sterling a week. He's had one bad season. He's only 26.
You see that?
So he's the almighty Rashford.
Yeah.
So
We don't think about doctor. No, there's
what the Rashford? Any Bruno Fernandes come market. So Rashford Bobby Dachi Bruno Fernandes.
And you're the boss.
Okay.
The almighty no can, you know, or can influence in the team.
Osumbo, man.
Send us some.
Rashford.
Yes.
Oh, Sumbo.
Andy,
Yeah.
Andy, he's had a very bad season this season.
Now it's Rashford one season been why bad.
Oh yeah, sir.
Rashford.
Oh, sir, in the previous years, you know, Ofan is
I average.
like Ofan is he's growing up.
Time of
And more or less, you at 26. Last season was 25. He gave you 30 goals. And at that time, for English national team now, he was a key player. So for me, only Manchester United players I can see me and now more Rashford. So when he says including almighty Rashford, I agree. My concerns with all that. When he said PSG is still looking to get Rashford. Now United problem. United is in a very difficult situation. Over the 3 summers, almost spent £555 million sterling. Into financial fair play and a profit and sustainability rule, both UEFA and England and Manchester United. As a Chinese say, untumi nkɔfa sika bebree ɛmfa nkɔtɔ players. Agye sɛ wo generate sika a free club ni mu. Players na ɛwɔ hɔ nom na nhyɛ da mfa. Ɛna ɛsɛ wokɔtɔ players. Sika no bi wɔ hɔ. Ba sika no Jim Ratcliffe mu sika no kɔfa na de bɛtɔ a yɛbɛka sɛ what financial fair play generate sika. How do you generate money? By selling unperforming superstars. Is the reason and comedian kokoso say one ye beton. But they said the omube bia no. Omuma Chelsea example no. A very, very good one for them. Because and yet min hu tima obeton the first team players in nyina. No afafufro bebre free baby abeshem no nya results immediately. Yes, I will teach him never. Chelsea wiped away the entire midfield, basically brought in the entire defense and then the attack, everything. And Chelsea is struggling. And it doesn't look so good. Say because next season, Chelsea will be back into their mojo. Problem, as how Honey say, once you are not sure of a Champions League competition next season, big boys will team no be less attractive to bigger boys. Wona unko Champions League ni bi the moment unko bobi no uko dwaman so akope player kese a ye omo mbehwe se na me be me Champions League no ebia na se me mo bi de na emema into free Champions League ma players ton society. So I think that if there will be a change of manager to certain Haga, maybe they will have to give Rashford another season and see there he will pick up next season. Who get it closer to Mr. Rashford when distraction in terms of football near paying attention bebree from the days of COVID over we are no the free on muka investment ni business or no Manchester Chrome easy. So it looks like it's taking the better part of him. He needs a manager who will sit him down and get him the best. And now we say Rashford Kessben have one mature a free left wing a proper center forward. But he's still there. Unfortunately for him, there is a certain Alejandro Garnacho who plays very well on the left. And then Rashford Holland, Nekamel say baby bakope and utimidebo. It was near Udia Grana Okwa bench, but I think that wholesale no. Obitse Casemiro also betona for me. It's a deal. Rafael Varane, Obemanakwa, it's a deal. There are some players obviously you would have to let them go. But some players, would say Rashford, Bruno Fernandes. For me, it will be insane for anybody to sell Bruno Fernandes.
Okay.
No, I don't subscribe to the Chelsea
model.
No. But me who the Maguire or Man U, honestly.
He's been one of the best centre backs among the worst ones he go.
Oshe, me nye go no Oshe, me head o defend there. Who say the football na kwa say so hwe wo department kwa na ko shegwa why are there. I'm looking at how he defend. He doesn't defend well. I'll sell Rashford. I'll cash out Rashford because Bukayo Saka mo perform consistently. Omo nyina no won anim che omo. He was ahead of those players.
Foden mo.
Omo Foden kura dey meeting at who say wa omo no. Third team no omo no put Rashford in that team he'll play. Pressure be bring so when team ama. But Rashford baby or start free any the day ban obi e hwe no. Nti for Manchester City eno no clearly different. But Saka it will miss pressure on Man U be ni Arsenal. But those are players that are not closer to Rashford. But those players are performing consistently day in, day out. Rashford no one and him Oli Watkins mu nyina o. Avantone mu nyina no mu nyina wo na chi. But those players are performing. Inti me knew what he offers again.
All right. Awa. Say be ko yin ne.
Sergio on crofo no almost say fini di George. Nigeria for no. Yeah, Nigeria. Sergio, we are down for you really like them.
I like Nigeria.
Yes, yeah. I know you really like them.
Feel you keke.
Yeah.
Maybe I make bia omo do so obi am.
Omo
like them seriously. Yeah.
So Sergio almost fini di George. Omo de substantive job no Emmanuel after Jose Peseiro. So Finidi George is now the new coach of the Nigerian Super Eagles. So now having more lining up the list of potential assistant coaches are Omo Ebebuana Managuma, Emmanuel Amunike no any playmates and Ohe Michael Insien, and also a one coach or a young Nigerian coach, but he's based in the US. And then Daniel Amokachi. So these are the three men are lining up as a potential assistant. So say you cover me interest room. USM all just for say omo mujai mane asem nka because say no omo atro e dey court of arbitration for sports. Say court of arbitration for sports enhwe no mo nka asem no ema between omo any CAF and RS Bekani. Nti ya na oko in legal term omo ka bibi omo say you sue jointly and severally. So obe sue ebia institution bia na based on situation bia no sue either bako na mienu anya miensa said the bear say bako drop from the case na bako be kan so we eneye the result so say you cover me we interest from USF for no say omonyai emma asem ne nka nti ye behwe ehonomo we no sinche say you Cedric Bakambu so akwa during the FC Seville and then Real Betis game no na say you potentially Manuel Pellegrini Real Betis coach say likely send the season be over and so hot because Nemai DR Congo crucial 2026 World Cup qualifier against Senegal. So say you Okoba and then of course Mamelodi Sundowns and Peter Shalulile ne brace now no and Adia in terms of implication in terms of the PSL all-time top scorers chart no so say you Okoba more interesting.
Oh, okay.
General na mfanso wadanfu na me Pastor Jobicha.
Oh,
or say
yes.
Good morning, say
yes.
Please, I believe Rashford needs a new environment to rediscover himself.
Okay.
And then return after some time. It will help him.
Wow. Pastor, how you can help match TV?
Pastor, open football.
Okay.
Open football.
Yeah.
I don't need share SG more.
Oh, nice. Now from mommy, baby, I'm be a
Pastor Jobicha. Send your da.
Yes.
Wow.
So here no so ye. Kawan no na manipa eya kokrantem. So ya we. NARO.
General.
Yes. Listen, kawan.
And a man
for
your
Kala nyini ana.
Kala onyini biasa. Baso hu kala ase onam o 360 right. Kala sha.
We kala make our 360.
Body na bre.
Body na kosa.
Ya kosa.
Aye dwuma ma fe dia tentene.
Yes. Okay. Enti yan nyina hanafi yankocha ademra sisia ba na yabeto aso de ama. Nunze nkekawa mohwe kala mohwe. Kala so hu na baka so 60 years mohwe na so. We the fortune nimpa no san so ye no akokora so o mpoma ikuta
na de obey na yi na so no say na ni da ho anko nya da
na unim say sa ne wan man mani papa ho
de go nim pa
aso wo ya
o de onka za boni pusa
ne kombolo na si ndada mi aso kama
who knows how brand it?
kombolo yi jai sa de 6 years ni kombolo si ya onko ho
Hey,
He got up one day and says,
enough is enough.
I've had enough.
You want my idea?
They can't go straight to home.
yeah
Yes, now you just every week. They can't go straight out.
nyame nko a odeka ko se koko fo bi wo eyo ayi papa yi ase aspa
Expect, Papa.
papa yi ase
Koko fu.
koko fu
Ada yiri ko so.
no mo o ye no hwe nyi you who no free window no baby api on ko
O say that, no, se chiri ba so ode. O se chiri ba de so ode.
o mu twa bi no so hu say ada magic bi no de na mo se de
And so we can confidence be a chance that be so a Superman.
the be address and go mo kono rom na se na nko fo mo nam ho a o tu say o mo mpa mo ase no o mo na wu
No, because we feel bit say.
na ntwa bi fo nam ho sa all right efesia na ele ba bi aba kokra na mo wa mo no sa na ma ya awa so nim sa
Yeah.
so ho su ye what o de o be nyina
The
che
guy was there for catches or you see, you must have another say.
all right, I'm going to tell you, I'm not